and a very, very good morning to all of you who are tuning in, and a very big welcome, of course, to the Communities in Cultural Transition Forum. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we stand. We are, of course, spread across the city, across the country, and I do also believe we have some people tuning in from overseas as well. But I'd like to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, elders past, present, and emerging. Now, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Darren Mara. You can see it just up here. I'm a journalist and a presenter with SBS, one of Australia's two public broadcasters. And it's my great pleasure and my privilege to be working with Starts for this event. Now, in past years, this forum has given communities a great platform to showcase their culture, their experiences, and their ideas. And whilst we don't have a physical platform this year, we do have a powerful digital tool at our disposal for communication. And I have every confidence that we'll get a lot out of today's events for that precise reason. Now, the core message remains the same. We're here to learn from each other. We're here to build bridges, to strengthen bonds, to build capacity, to grow skills, skills that can make a big difference in refugee communities, in communities where people have experienced and survived trauma, where people are living with difficult memories, from which I believe we can all learn something. And it all amounts to empowering each other. And of course, it's a joint effort. It's not just involving refugee communities, but also the broader community of government and non-government agencies and service providers. Now, for all those participants from overseas, SBS is one of the two public broadcasters here in Australia. We're in the business of telling stories of diversity in Australia. We're interested in connecting the many multicultural communities in our nation to share experiences, to learn from one another, to build cohesion and trust, but also to celebrate our differences, what makes us unique. And within that, there's a very important overlap with the work of Starts. We share that goal. It's incredibly meaningful for me to be involved in this forum. I was born here in Australia, but my family came here from Malta, which is a tiny island in the Mediterranean. Today, it's a beautiful holiday destination, but back when my family left, it was in tatters after World War II. It was in rubble. My family left to find a better way. They'd survived the war, then they had to survive a new culture, a new country, a new language, all the while carrying the trauma of conflict and destruction, like many, if not most, post-war migrants from Europe at that time. Fitting in was difficult, understanding English was difficult, finding work was difficult, but empowerment was the key. And that's why we're here. That's why we share experiences. So today we'll be hearing messages from 5 refugee communities who speak to us about their experiences in Australia, settling in Australia, living in Australia. We're also very pleased to have a wonderful keynote speaker in Chris Sidoti, whose work in the international human rights system has been a key pillar of our understanding of the crimes being committed against the Rohingya in Myanmar. And we'll, of course, conclude our forum today with a panel discussion, including all of our main speakers today. Now, they'll answer your questions, some sent in live and others earlier in the morning.